The human brain is very intelligent. When the human brain gets exposed to something repeatedly, it focuses on the important details and it removes unimportant details and it saves it for future use so you can be more accurate and you save time. That's the power of unconscious habits. Unconscious habits are very powerful. They can lead you to success or can lead you to failure. Even though you can't feel the time, unconscious habits, when you do something repeatedly, your brain makes it an autopilot, which means you do it and you have no control over it. And sometimes you forgot you even did it. And that's the power of unconscious habits. If you have bad habits and they're unconscious, then you are in trouble. But if you have good habits and they're unconscious, you are in the right path. Because unconscious, they're gonna lead you to do them over and over without you even thinking, and you don't have any control over them. And if you have unconscious bad habits, don't worry about it. James Clear provide an excellent simple exercise to show you exactly how to make the unconscious conscious. And I'm gonna explain more in the few coming minutes. Before we even create new habits, we should focus on controlling the current habit. And to control your current habits, you need to be aware of them so you can avoid bad habits and you can focus on good habits. And I'll show you exactly how you can do that and how you make a list to help you identify each habit and which one is helping you to achieve your desired identity. A woman attending a family gathering. She had spent years working as a paramedic. Upon her arrival at the event, she took one look at her father-in-law and she got very concerned. "I don't like the way you look," she said. Her father-in-law, who was feeling perfectly fine, jokingly replied, "I don't like your looks either." "No," she insisted. "You should go to the hospital now." A few hours later, the man was undergoing a life-saving surgery after examination had revealed the blockage on a major artery and he was at immediate risk of a heart attack. Without his daughter-in-law intuition, he could have died. So, what does the paramedic actually saw? You see, when there is a blockage on a major artery in the body focuses on sending blood to important organs such as the brain and the heart, and it sends less blood to the skin and the face. And because the paramedic, she works for years with people with heart failure, she developed the ability to notice this by sight. And when she looked at her father-in-law's face, and she knew something was wrong. Here is other examples from other fields. Army analysis, just by looking at the radar, they can tell which one is enemy missile and which one is a friendly plane, even if they look the exact same thing and they travel in the exact same speed. Dear friend, your brain is like a prediction machine. You're always learning, watching, and saving patterns for future use. The more you do something repeatedly, your brain is always learning and watching. The more you get exposed to something repeatedly, your brain focuses on what's important and it saves patterns for future use so you can make it accurate in the future. And that's important. But there is a problem with this one. Sometimes we as humans, we have bad habits and we don't have control over them. We do them repeatedly and they become unconscious. And when they become unconscious, you do them, you don't have any control over them. And the cues for these habits are hidden. James Clear heard about an employee work in a grocery store, and when he rang up customers, he cut up the gift cards after each transaction. One time he cut 4 gift cards in a row, and the 5th customer had the credit card, and he accidentally put up the scissor and he cut it in half, and the customer was surprised. So what happened here? Because he been cutting gift cards for too many years, it became unconscious. And he do it and he don't have any control over it. And that's absolutely true. I used to work on 2 stores. The first store, we greet customers. They told us to greet customers each time the customer enters. And the second store, they don't tell us to greet their customer. And because I'm working on both part-time jobs, I often find myself greeting customers on both stores because it becomes unconscious habit. And here is another example. A lifeguard yells at kids walk each time he see them running because it became unconscious. So the good about unconscious habits is you do them and you don't feel them. Yeah, you don't feel like tired, or you just do them and you don't even feel the time. But the dangerous part of it is when there is bad habits and when they are unconscious. That's where the problem starts, because you're gonna do it and you don't have any control over it, and this can lead to a bad trajectory in the future. So James Clear provide a simple, excellent exercise to solve this problem. To make this clear for you, let me provide you with example. In Japan, the employees that work on the train, they have a safety system called point and call. They point at object and they call their name. For example, the employee will point at the light and he said the light is green. And the other one will point at the speed meter and he said the speed is 20 miles per hour. And because they do this, the reason they do this is to make the unconscious conscious and to increase awareness. The studies shows that this safety system has decreased the amount of accident by 30% and decreased the amount of mistakes by almost 80%. In New York, they did the same thing and it decreased the amount of mistakes by 57%. And this is exactly what the habit scorecard is. The habit scorecard is a simple exercise to help you to make the unconscious habits conscious. And to do that, it's like the point and call system. So what James says, he says you have to write down every habit you do from the moment that you wake up till the moment that you sleep. And I'm gonna give you an example. I wake up, I check my phone, I brush my teeth, I take a shower, and I drink a cup of coffee. So after you have your list, you are going to name each habit based if it's good habit, bad habit, or natural. So what you're gonna do is, for example, waking up is gonna be equal because this is a natural habit. Checking the phone is gonna be negative. It's gonna be minus because of bad habit. Brushing your teeth is gonna be plus because it's positive habit. Taking a shower is gonna be plus because it's good habit. Drinking a cup of coffee is gonna be plus because it's good habit. And the list move on. And so there is no such thing as good habit and bad habit because bad habits serve us in some way. They're just not good in the long term. Like for example, smoking can release stress, so it serves you. But in the long term, it destroys your health, and that's the problem. And sometimes some habits are good for some people, and for some people is not. For example, eating a bagel of peanut butter is good for people who want to bulk up and build muscles. But the same habits can be bad for people who wants to lose weight. So it's all depends on what you want to be in the future. If you have a hard time to figure out which habit is good and which habit is bad, you can use these simple questions. The first one you're gonna ask yourself, is this habit helping me to become the person that I want to become in the future? Is this habit good in the long term? Like if I did it for 2 years, 3 years, is it gonna benefit me or no? These questions could help you identify which habit is good and which habit is bad. And James Clear said to make the unconscious bad habits conscious, you can call them by their name. You can also mention the consequences of this bad habit. If I'm going to eat like a pizza and I want to, if I looked at the pizza and I want to eat it, I'm gonna tell myself, or I'm gonna say it out loud that, hey, I'm going to eat this pizza and it's gonna make me gain weight and I don't want to do that. So when you hear it out loud, it's gonna make the awareness increase, and also it's gonna make you feel the consequences and reduce the urge so you can start the habit. Even me personally, I use the scorecard habits and it helped me a lot to see what bad habits that I have and how I can consider small changes. When I first started create the even it's not helping you also to avoid, it's not just helping you avoid bad habits, but it's also helping you to create time for next habits. So when you look at your list, and sometimes I look what's the important habits that I can do first, and then so I put them in order. So the first habit is gonna be the important one, the second is the important one, so I can get the most important ones first. And also it helped me to add other habits because James Clear have a smart way to help you create habits, which is it's like putting a habit on top of the other one. And for example, after I brush my teeth, I'm going to exercise. And as you do this, after you do this for too many times, every time you brush your teeth, you are going to feel the urge to exercise. And this is very good and it helped me a lot. In the next chapter, I'm going to explain more and go deep inside to explain to you and give you the most benefit of this book, because literally this book helped me a lot with my habits, and I fixed a lot of habits and I avoid a lot of bad habits. And I hope as well it's gonna help you, and I'm sure it's gonna help you to achieve achieve your goals, and also create good habits for the long term and help you avoid bad habits.